our topic today. And here goes the tweet. It says from Little Duval. This was December the 3rd, December 3rd, 2021, so fairly recently. Little Duval tweeted, "If you ever see a Philly chick get into it with the man, help the man," right? And then you got several laughing emojis. Now, to be honest with you, when I first read the tweet, I laughed at it myself, being as though I was a long time Philadelphia resident and a long time Philadelphia area resident, and so I I found I can get the humor in what Little Duval was saying. Little Duval is not from Philadelphia, but I'm sure he has frequented enough times to come up with his perception of what the female characteristics here are, which is, rough and tough. And in many cases, that is accurate. But then again, in some other cases or many other cases, this is not accurate. Now, this is not a knock on Little Duval at all. He is an entertainer, he is a comedian, and so this has nothing to do with him personally. We just want to discuss what does this perception of Philly women in as a minority, and then black women as a majority, what does this perception um, cause the effects of having this perception. Now let's read this tweet. It says, "If you ever see a Philly chick get into it with a man, help the man." Now, the first thing that I found interesting with this tweet was that in this sentence, the man was referred to twice. It with a man and help the man. And the man is describing, of course, the male in the situation. But when we look at it here, when it's to describe the female, she is referred to as a chick, which is, we know what they're saying. Female is just slang, but it is a reference to an animal. And also, when you get down to the nitty gritty, the implication of the sentence is that she is more manlier than the man. So not once was she referred to as a woman in this particular sentence. Now, we know that in the inner city, women in the inner city, not just Philadelphia, I've been to many different cities, Chicago, Detroit, Memphis, Dallas, Houston, wherever you go in the inner city where, it's rough, the women are going to have more aggressiveness. In many of these cities, man, it's survival of the fittest, and no matter if you're a man or a woman, you are going to adapt to your environment. So this is just not relegated to Philadelphia women. Now, we understand that they have this, but what happens now? What happens now is that women are in a position where, especially in a city, minority women are in a position where if they're in trouble, they will not receive the help that they need, because this is the perception of the women. Um, because it's like, well, she can take care of herself. She is able to do whatever she has to do to take care of herself. And so a lot of times when our sisters need help, they are left out in the cold with that help because this is the perception of them, right? So yeah, while the tweet is funny and everybody is in the comments laughing and joking and people are sharing it, and it's, you know, it's all good until it's all bad, because these perceptions have real consequences and then there's nobody there to help. Also, with women having this perception of being masculine, is that it hurts their mating selection, because generally speaking, men don't want to be with men unless they're homosexual. Men want to be with women, pretty feminine women. And when the man is perceiving the woman as masculine as he, um, or more masculine than he, it becomes competition. And let's just be honest, men are in constant competition with one another. It's kind of subconsciously unspoken. And so he won't look to build anything serious with this type of woman because he don't want to be in competition with his woman, you know. And so this thing, it just, it has a whole set of problems when we turn the effects of bad practice into comedic relief. And you know what they say, you know, you gotta laugh to keep yourself from crying. But you know, while it's funny, it does have detrimental consequences. Now, to speak to that point of women not needing help, here's an article here. Okay, we're gonna look at this article, and this article is a perfect demonstration of what we mean. Okay, so here is the New York Times article. Here's a New York Times article, and this happened. Let's see if we can get the date on this. October 22nd, 2021. So fairly recently. And it says, as a woman was raped, train riders failed to intervene, police say. The SEPTA train car near Philadelphia had several passengers on aboard, but I'm sorry about that. Had several passengers aboard, but none called 911 while the woman was sexually assaulted, authorities said. As a woman was being raped while on a train near Philadelphia on Wednesday night, Riders Watch failed to intervene and did not call 911, the authority said. A man whom officials identified as Fiston Ingoy sat down next to a woman at about 10 p.m. on a train that was traveling westbound on the Market Frankfurt line toward the 69th Street Transportation Center. Mr. Ingoy attempted to touch her a few times, said Andrew Bush, a spokesman for the Southern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority known as SEPTA. The woman pushed back and tried to stop Mr. Ingoy from touching her, Mr. Bush said. Then, unfortunately, he proceeded to rip her clothes off, Mr. Bush said on Sunday. The assault lasted 8 minutes and no passengers in the train car intervened, the authority said. I am appalled by those who did nothing to help this woman, Timothy Bernhardt, the superintendent of Upper Darby Township Police Department, said on Sunday. Anybody that was on that train has to look in the mirror and ask why they didn't intervene or why they didn't do something. And so this is my case in point. Why didn't they intervene? Why didn't they do something? Could it be that they perceived her capable of helping herself? Because let's be honest, men don't really help men, okay? I mean, in dire situations, men will help other men, but usually, man, you on your own, you know, unless you with your mans and them or something like that. But it's like you on your own. Men don't generally help men. And so when you see this woman, and you perceive her as more manly or just as capable as a man or whatever it is, she's left to defend herself. And we see these instances happen, whether it's in beauty supply shops in South Carolina, or I may have that place wrong, whether it's pizzerias in New York, whether it's, you know, anywhere where black women have been assaulted and no one came to offer their assistance. And it is largely because of this perception that our women are masculine, and it just puts them in a detrimental spot. So someone might say, well, it's not our fault that um, people perceive us this way or that way. That's kind of on them, and they should know if a woman needs help or not. Well, we're going to get into this next video. I have a little video clip to show you. And this is, it's two women. They were in a motor vehicle fender bender, and the two women decided to chase down the male that they suspected hit their vehicle. So let's look at this and see what we can observe. Free car. He just hit a car. He turned right. Not Deborah. Chase him the fuck down. He not saying nothing. Why would you just hit the back of your car? Hold on, slow down. Turn. Period. Turn. Chase him down, sis. I'm not playing with you. He leaving. He leaving. He leaving. He's fucking leaving. He just hit the back of your car. He ain't just hit the back of your car and he's going. Oh my God, I can't believe he hit your car.
Boom, 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 boom. Chaser, hurry up.
Okay, so we can see here that we we can see here we have these two women chasing down this vehicle, and you could hear her saying, "Get him, get him, get him!" And we're about to rumble, and these words are coming out of her mouth. And if two women are alone, and they haven't they see a problem or potential altercation with a male, and they pursue them on their own accord, then when they are in positions, when they are in physical altercations with any male, and it's help needed, people are going to fall back and not help. Whether they should help or shouldn't help, that's not what we're discussing here. I'm just simply saying that from an observational standpoint, when we look at tweets like the one Little Duval said, and we make comedy of it, and we make light of it, we may be overlooking the detrimental effects that these perceptions have on our culture, on females, on black females, on just the community at large. And then we start to have these breakdowns and decays in society. So while I get the joke and it is funny, it is no laughing matter. And that's why it's all good until it goes bad, right? It's all good till it goes bad. And, let's just be mindful of, you know, what we laugh at, and to what extent we laugh at it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with laughing and having a good time, but it's just we gotta look at things from a deeper or more with more foresight if we want to progress in a positive way. If not, we could just keep laughing and joking about every damn thing, and and it's all good until it's all bad. So thanks for joining us here on Book 5. That was our topic for today. And we gonna see you on another episode of It's All Good Until It Goes Bad next time. Peace.